And we are live on the air. Let's go. Welcome to another world famous plant eating squid show. I'm excited for tonight. We got a lot of stuff to go over. So without any further ado, we're just going to jump right up in it. Let's get it. Hope everyone is doing well out there. Ohio gozaimasu. Konbanwa. Good morning, guten Tag, guten Abend. Buenos dias, buenas noches. What was it? Oh, I forgot what it was. I forgot my Spanish. Buenos dias, buenas noches, buenos dias. Everyone, I hope you're all doing well. This is episode 3. Big channel update. SuperSQUiD Summer Fest is about to start. So I got a lot of stuff to go over and a lot of things that we'll be kind of doing on this channel here. I'll kind of go over other channels and stuff I'll be starting and things that we'll be getting to, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So, oh, whoops, I'm on the wrong screen. I meant to go here. So, whoops. I meant to be on here. I'm all over the place. But let's get it. Make sure this is going. Okay, perfect. So, as you can see, right, our show live right up on top. You got the For You stuff. It's showing a lot of Apex stuff because I've been watching a lot of Apex videos and things. So it's going to basically go off of my algorithm and basically give you content. So based off of, I guess, what you watch, you might get different things on what I have. Because I have a lot of different variety content here, pieces. So go check that out. But past live streams, what we've been playing recently, I'll kind of go over that all in a minute. Xenoblade Chronicles X will be kind of getting back more into that here soon. I'm going to probably be focusing more on that versus the first one, just because I like this one more than the first one, to be honest. And I probably have about the same amount of playtime in both of them, so I'll probably just focus in on this one and then get that done and then zero in on the first one. And then we'll be getting the second and third and expansion probably later this year, but I'll kind of go over all that here in a second too. That's how I'll be kind of going through that. Monster Hunter Wilds, pretty interesting title update. If you want to go see the recent content on there, go check that out. I'll be streaming more of this here soon. Just haven't really found the time because, again, of a lot of Apex time that I've been just spending getting back into that game, and you have to spend time in that game to just get back into it because there's so many things you got to learn. But anyways, with Monster Hunter at least, we hit the content ceiling on everything outside of, like, I guess doing the arena stuff, which I'll be kind of doing. But it's just there's so much stuff in that game, and it's at the same time it's not out yet. But based on what is coming out, we have to just wait, and then we'll see what happens. Then we'll hit the content ceiling again, and then just so on, and wait for basically G rank or master rank is really the update that I'm waiting for, which probably won't happen until the next DLC. So I think the game is going to be capped out at like high rank for right now, unless they squeeze in somehow finagle master or G rank into a title update, which I don't think they'd do that. They'd probably do that more on a DLC update, so then they can get more money off of it, if that makes sense. But that's my whole thinking and ideology on it, because if it's following the world's model base, then that's basically what happened. And same with Sunbreak and Rise. Rise came out, and then Sunbreak came out later. Worlds came out, and then Iceborne came out later. So it just, the only games that they did out complete was the first original, like 4. They had Ultimate that came out for the States, but outside of that, we didn't get, the original versions of those games. So, but here's Generations Ultimate on that topic. That's, I guess you could say, even the 5th game of the series, which combines all the first couple gens of the games into one, and adds Hunter Arts and stuff into it. I highly recommend checking this out on the Switch. It was on a ridiculous sale recently. I got it from my friend, and the year before that, I got it from my brother, which he doesn't play it at all, which sucks, but this is one of my favorite ones because it pays homage back to, like, mostly I feel like Freedom Unite, in my opinion, as well as like the other ones on the handhelds. So it just showcases kind of all that quality of life feature for the game and all that stuff. So definitely recommend checking this game out if you haven't. Then you got Sunbreak, which again I'll kind of be chugging away more into these pieces as well as World. So kind of this will be kind of the stuff I'll be kind of feeding into as we hit the content ceiling of this, and then feeding into this stuff, right? We still have a lot to do in both of these. There's actually so many event quests in this one. I think this has more than more than this one potentially. I think this one actually has the most though, but I'd have to see if these compare, because Sunbreak adds quite a bit too. So, and then there's Iceborne, of course, and that adds even more stuff for this game. But the base game of World is it's not too long, but it's still fairly long. But definitely check out all those past Monster Hunter series if you haven't. You got the popular videos, of course. Definitely want to check these out. A lot of people like to watch this for some reason, and this video as well. Just guess you can say it went viral for my channel. Not viral completely, but for my channel, based on these videos, this is the highest popular videos here. If you watch, I guess, this stuff, you'd kind of get the idea of what the rest of the content is, but yeah. Anyways, here's all the creative playlists. We've been playing a lot of Path of Exile too. That's been a big thing. Been playing that also a little bit offline with my brother and playing that, and that's kind of what we've been chugging away on playlist-wise on here too. This is the more recent one that we started. We'll probably go back into more SMT Digital Devil Saga soon, but it's just there's so many games, and I have that now on my machine, so I could just play that whenever I'd like. Got the game that I've been working on. If you want to watch these past devlogs, I'll have a new devlog that will be starting here soon, because I feel like now is a good time to get back into the game. Now that I kind of let this sit a little bit, and then I'll have like a fresh mind going into it, so I'm not completely scatterbrained with so many different things and topics and other things that I have to add and do on this game. So we'll be plugging away mostly on the weekends, I think, with this game, and that'll be kind of what we'll be doing. So I think maybe starting this week, we'll start with getting that back on track. Maybe do like 1 or 2 devlogs a week if possible. That'd be my goal. And then, of course, you got the world famous Planet Eating Twitch show, which we're catching up. Gonna aim to do maybe another episode either next month or in summertime, basically around the time of when we'll kind of be getting these other things going that you guys will kind of start to see here in a moment. But I'm still on the fence, teetering if I'm going to be getting the Switch 2, and I'll kind of go into reasons why. Like, as you can see up top here, there's the Apex stuff, Marathon, which is a big thing coming out September 23rd of this year. There's the alpha test to sign up. You have to sign up through the beta, or not through the beta. You have to sign up through the Discord that they have, and then it gives you all these different things. You have to fill out a survey. You get entered into an alpha pool participation thing, and then you get drawn based on a lottery system. And you may or may not get to play it. You can't disclose anything that you're playing it or anything. I kind of had to do like an NDA and type stuff for it, but yeah, definitely go sign up for that while you can. It's gonna be, I think, the 23rd or 6th of this month or something like that, later this month for the alpha. Yeah, I think it's the 23rd, and then it's gonna be up until like the 2nd of April or of May. So definitely sign up for that. But without any further ado, let's get into some of the other like you've been seeing with. Oh wait, before I guess that, we'll do this real quick. The live videos for the last like month, you can say. Here's like Xenoblade Chronicles X, right? You can see we did some Xenoblade Chronicles, get caught up on that. We did the X was the first look here. FragPunk's a big game right here that I've been playing. I'll kind of go, I got a good top 10 free games that I'll kind of be going over here in a moment as well. But this is one of them. Definitely pick this game up and check it out. It's free to play. Very fun game. Same with Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's only $40 on the Switch. Or was it 40 or 60? I can't remember. It's like 60 bonds or something. I can't keep track of all these prices. So much. We did the Nintendo Direct reaction, so if you want to go hang out and check that out. We took a look at Steel Hunters. Very fun game. Highly recommend checking that out. We delved back into PUBG with some buddies. Played some Destiny 2. xDefiant is going to be delisted and later this year, so I think it was like June 3rd or something. I got it all written down here. Yeah, June 3rd is when that's shutting down, so you want to make sure you play that before it shuts down. Then you got the major title update, like I mentioned before. And then probably like around this time, you could say I've gotten, what, 4 games this year so far, which is SMT4, SMT4 Apocalypse, Monster Hunter Wilds, which is then the title update, which was the month after the game came out, which they should have had the hub in there before, as well as the arena, in my opinion, on the launch of the game. But that's I didn't release these pieces of the game, right? They always like to build upon what they have for these title updates on Monster Hunter. And then you have Xenoblade Chronicles X, of course, right? Which kind of went over that as well. And that kind of brings you to the forefront where still playing a lot of SMT. I'm still on SMT Strange Journey. Still got to finish that up and beat that. So I'll be kind of plugging away on that game here soon. Probably just jumping back into that. And this was another one. It's on my wish list, but we'll kind of be jumping into it later. Stirring Abyss, we took a little bit of a look at that. I'll probably be looking more at that when I got time. And then that brings us again to the Path of Exile here, where we're checking that out. We did a hardcore run. You can check that out. We did die. Spoiler alert. We died plenty of times in the T.L.D.N.W. The T.L.D.N.W. Definitely check this game out because the game, like play through or whatever, your save goes to your future game. So that's a cool feature with that. And then as I was kind of fiending for more Souls-like stuff, we delved into Stranger of Paradise for the last recent couple of weekends ago. Then more PoE, and then there's that last show, right? So just kind of get you caught up to this show. That's all the stuff that we did up to that, right? And then after that, we were playing some Wilds, and then we just went crazy with Apex. I delved into some ranked on here, so if you want to go check this stuff out, go see that. I'm kind of trying to just progress the whole different things here with bronze, and then we made it to silver. We're almost in gold. We're silver 3 right now. So that's going to be a big thing that I'll be kind of focusing on and playing that almost every single day if possible. And yeah, kind of getting back into it. We'll aim to get 500 hours on it, which is almost soon. And then we'll be getting almost 600 hours, and hopefully I'll be like, if anything, maybe whatever the above thing of gold is it platinum or something? Hopefully we're platinum or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. But that's kind of the goal with at least Apex Legends, and why you've been seeing so much of that. Just kind of getting back into that, because there's not really too much of content that I'll be doing right now outside of Xenoblade Chronicles X and then Xenoblade Chronicles 1, as well as the Monster Hunter stuff, which I mentioned earlier. So many different Monster Hunters, working on my game. And then lastly would be like playing different things like PUBG. My brother likes to play Rivals and a few other different games like that, maybe Baldur's Gate here and there. And that'll be kind of like the prime focuses right now, outside of these next few big things that I'll be going over. But before we go over the future Apex content, here's just top 10 games that you should check out that are free. Some that you should check out because they're about to be delisted, mainly for some for some consoles for one, and then the rest are actually, the two of them are going to be completely delisted. So I want to make sure that you check those out, especially that they're free. I'm a big, you know, what is it? I'm trying to think of it. I can't even think of the word. Like a big conglomerate or a big person on just free games and free gaming. Easy access for that stuff too. It's like you can play most of these games on most of the systems. So depending on what you have, you can check out one of these. But there's Apex Legends, which, as you can see right here, all free game. I've spent, gosh, I don't even know how many hours within the last week or two. Or not even week, it's been a couple of days. Within the last couple of days, we've been, I don't know how I got 10 hours on, I guess that was on the weekend, right? Yeah, it was like on Friday. But yeah, I'm off on that day, so. I was basically going to work for Apex. And then this was yesterday. We just played literally after we got home. And then I got some highlights of those streams here that we'll kind of go over. And yeah, Apex Legends, that's number one for me right now. And then PUBG is another big one, which we were playing recently with the friends. So definitely go check that out. I was playing a bit offline too. I didn't do a recording for it. I'll have to do another one for the next one that we do. But yeah, go check out the boys on this one, SPG, Gem, Wilson, as well as Ray, the gaming cyborg. So go check all of them out too. So PUBG is number 2, and then number 3 would be PoE 2 and PoE 1. You can play PoE 1 if you don't have access to PoE 2. PoE 2 just came out with their early access, like, I guess, season DLC. I don't know what the fuck to call it. It doesn't make sense how it's early access, but then they're releasing newer content on it. It's just half-baked games coming out, right? It just kind of irks me still. Destiny 2 is another big one, so that's number 4. Steel Hunter's number 5, which I mentioned earlier, and there's a first look of it, so if you do want to check that out before, I guess, playing it, check this out. Destiny 2, get an idea of what the first, what the content is on right now and what that looks like. Rivals, I haven't done a recording for Rivals recently because I haven't been streaming it, but I played it recently. There's a lot of new champions on there, and man, some cool stuff going on there between what the Thing, Human Torch. Those are like the most recent ones that I've seen on there. Mr. Fantastic's on there too. They even got Invisible Woman. The whole Fantastic Four crew is on there. I'm wondering if they're gonna add Deadpool. That could be maybe one they do. I don't know. We'll have to see. But that's another one. FragPunk, which I mentioned earlier as well. We were playing a lot of that earlier this month. Go check that out. I'll probably be playing more of that too. SuperVive, which I didn't stream. I think I streamed maybe one time. I don't even think I did stream it. I'm not going to go digging for it, but SuperVive is another big one. And then these are the last other ones would be the games that are being delisted this month. Or not this month, but later this year. xDefiant, June 3rd, and then Multiversus, which is on, May 30th. So definitely want to be playing that on the systems while you can, because that's going to be completely delisted. Same with xDefiant. And those are free to play. The First Descendant is also being delisted on consoles, mainly for Xbox One and PS4. So definitely want to make sure you play that. Which that will be... What did I have set for that? Yeah, June 19th. So definitely want to get into those while you can. And that's pretty much the top, 10 games, 11 games you could say, on games you should check out that are free, that you don't have to pay anything for, that you could just jump into, play. I know there's Overwatch, I know there's Fortnite, all those other games too, but it's just, League of Legends, Hearthstone. There's so many games, right? So many free games. These are just the ones that I personally like and have played and have spent recent time playing, I guess you could say. Because I do play a lot of, like I said, free-to-play games. But yeah, we'll be entering Super SQUiD mode and just meeting all our goals. Our goal is still 16, 17 games to be beat this year. I've already beaten about 4 of them this year. What up, Lo-Fi Monk? How you doing? Nice to see you up in here. But that's why I got 4 of those games this year so far, which we're right on track with our game purchases. Let me check my notes. Yep, and then pretty much working on the game. Other delisted games, it's like some of the other honorable mentions before we go into these videos here. Dauntless is being shut down on May 29th. So you want to make sure you play that. Completely shut down, so definitely play that. It's a Monster Hunter clone and free to play. First Descendant, like I mentioned, Black Desert is going to be actually later this month. What is it? 4/26 for Xbox and PS4 version. So make sure you play that. Just for consoles though. Still gonna be live on PC. Resident Evil Reverse, June 29th. That's gonna be a sad day for that game. October 1st, Star Wars Hunters, that one game is gonna be done, which is only out for like a year, so at least it was out longer than Concord, which is pretty good, right? I'm waiting for Suicide Squad to be delisted, which that's gonna I think maybe next year, summertime maybe. We'll have to see. And then if you're in Belgium or Netherlands, you better play Pokemon Unite, because that's going to be delisted on November 30th. So better get playing. In the Multiverse on May 30th, so you definitely want to get playing that. Outside of the next big summer update of games and stuff that I'll be kind of going over, we have to figure out what game we'll be playing of these major franchises, right? We're on, ironically enough, the second of each of these games. I'm still working on the first Persona game, which is the first like SMT game in a way, you could say. Come on. Or there's not the first SMT game, but the first Persona game that was... See, I did the Persona flip trick, how people think Persona came out before SMT, or it's not tied or anything. SMT came out first. I'm still working on that first game. But that and the first Persona game I'm working on the side still. I'll probably stream those once I beat those, so that way I kind of have an idea what the hell I'm doing when I do that. But Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy Legend Saga 2, Dragon Quest 2, and then Dragon Quest Monsters Kobe's Adventure, or Kobe's Journey. Those are the games that I gotta decide on what we'll be playing. I'll probably be focusing on Saga, I'm thinking. Or just Dragon Quest 2 maybe. But we'll see. Those are the ones that I'm kind of floating on. Or just Final Fantasy 2. Each one is kind of like up in the air for certain reasons, but I'm not going to go into all of them. So, here goes the big conundrum, right? Do you pay $339 for... All these games kind of get my collection jump-started a bit more, right? And finished up for big chunks of it. Or I could pay $650, but I have to also wait for a lot of different things to come out. Which is only like 75% of the stuff, which... This is why, again, like the Switch 2, it's up in the air for me on launch. I'm kind of leaning more towards getting it around the time of when Pokemon comes out. And here's essentially why. You have a lot of these different games. Oh, whoops. You have Xenoblade Chronicles 2. These are the games right here. I'll be kind of aiming to get just to have and set up in our collection, so that way I could just set it and forget it, and then once we get to it, we get to it. And that's just stuff we'll be kind of looking at there. You have SMT stuff, which is, these are the next couple games. I'm not going to go fully into detail here. You can just see off of these pictures on what games they are. But those are some of the physical games that we'll be kind of looking at and getting over the summer, I'm thinking, unless I can find them like at stores or somewhere in between time, but summertime is probably where I'll be just kind of biting the bullet and just buying all these and getting them all at once and ordering them to a safe, secure location, as well as Metroid Prime 1, which I still have to beat. So I don't have that pictured, but that's another one that is on there. And that's kind of like big reasons why I'm hesitant to get the Switch 2, because if I get the Switch 2, right, the only game I'd be playing when it came out, before I can even get these games and play them as they are because they're available, would be Bravely Default The Flying Fairy, which is the only game that is on my list that's going to be out on launch. So it's like, do I pay $450, almost $500 to get the Switch when it comes out and get one game and maybe have an HD experience of the games that should have been HD on the Switch years ago? I don't know about that. That's where I'm like very, very hesitant on getting it on launch, because that's one big reason, right? We only have one game, and then the next big game that come out for me would be Donkey Kong, which is in July. So that's not even on launch either. So it's like, okay, do I need that at this time? No, I can just wait. The other thing would be Pokemon, which, again, Pokemon and DuskBloods. DuskBloods is not even coming out until next year, and then Pokemon don't even have a release date, but probably around my birthday time, October time, is when that will be out. And then September comes, and that's where Marathon will be out. We're definitely getting that. That's going to be a game that you'll have to buy. It's not going to be a free to play game. So you definitely want to get that while you can at the price that it will be. And then before I go over the last bit of the games, we'll watch these videos here, because I forgot that we have all these. But yeah, no, it's a lot of different things here, so yeah, let's get into the videos. I forgot to do that. But yeah, that's kind of where, again, the channel is at content-wise. We're going to be focusing on getting ourselves to gold and light RPG work is the word to say there. Alright, let's get this going.
As the mortals chant my name, I shall descend upon this world and bestow upon it my body. What offerings do you bring, youthful vestige?
Oh, third person. I was actually practicing that in the shooting range, ironically enough. Oh.
You are making quite the scene for me not to be in it. What the hell? This fighting pleases me. More!
Yeah, these skins look dope. Boom, baby.
Last gift for my believers.
He's like Zeus or something. Or Hermes. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Gotta love Apex sometimes. Alright, and then here's a clip from one of the other Apex videos. A little highlight, if you will. Sorry about the quality. Let me see if I mean, it is bumped up, but it's just, it does not look the greatest. I don't know why. Like, it's super muttered out. It's kind of crazy. Oh my god! Someone clip that. But yeah, that was... Here, I'll play it again, but with, like, low sound. Yeah, we took out the Bangalore there. And then we took out this lifeline, which is huge when you take out a lifeline. Because, man, they are a bitch, and then you really want to take them out, because I don't know how they get SuperVive still. I'm trying to figure that out, but yeah, I think it's maybe their ultimate or some other like skill level up thing I think they get. But that shit's OP as fuck. So yeah, go check out that Apex video. Go check this out too. Plenty more on the... This is actually in ranked, which is crazy. This is right at the beginning of the match too. Oh, got you, bitch. Had to throw that back there to cover myself, and then try to kill that bitch, and then I was like, oh, this is free. Reload, take cover again, reload. Check the top, see if the guy's over there, and then pop, pop, and then somehow just get a triple tap. Just, that was probably the easiest triple tap I ever had. Sucks that homie had to die there, or that he was still on the ground. I don't know. But, yeah, that happened. And then here, we'll go over this, and then we have the Space Marines update, which is another big update on also another game that I'll probably be looking at more because of this update. As well as like Helldivers 2, and again, games that I'll be playing with other people if I get asked to play or people want to play. But let's check this out.
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau-Ceti 4. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats, capable of both tactical and fast-paced combat. Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players, countless security forces, and otherworldly threats. To scavenge the remains of a lost colony for glory and fortune. The environments of Tau-Ceti 4 are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can scavenge throughout the map. Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. Die, and all your gear will be up for grabs. Survive, and your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death is inevitable, but it's never the end. Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponents. And in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top. And even if you're down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you can get right back into the fight. Bungie brings its best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay, runners with unique playstyles, and customizable builds create highly dynamic and strategic teamfights. Whether you're on a zero-to-hero run, or high-rolling with powerful gear, you'll need to use your best judgment when you decide which fights to pick, and how. Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge. Marathon is designed to be played in crews, with contextual pings, shared objectives, and down but not out, to streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the odds to revive your teammates and get out with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are enough to conquer any challenge, we give you the freedom to opt out of crew fill, to take all the glory for yourself as a solo runner. No 2 runs in Marathon ever play out the same. With dynamic events, variable weather, and unpredictable players, you'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive. Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen while you're chasing your objective. Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implant and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends? Grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need. You're always free to experiment with team compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination. Endgame challenges, ranked play, discovering secrets, seasonal storytelling, community events, and more all await you in Season 1, where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries of Tau Ceti 4. Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
Yep. So, September 23rd, 2025. So, that'll be something in September. A month before my birthday. Well, I guess 2 weeks you can say before my birthday. So that's, again, aligning with the Switch and when maybe Pokemon's coming out and all that stuff. So it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's go over another couple videos here. And then we'll go over the Steam recently played stuff as well. And then just check my notes here. I think we're pretty much on the birthday stuff, which I'll kind of go over when we're going over the Steam stuff. It's pretty much the Switch games we've already kind of gone over, but I'll recap that.
The Imperium demands the Trigon's extermination. May the Emperor
Yeah, we got future other big projects on the horizon as well, so stay tuned for that as well.
face the blazing justice of the Emperor. Not even this interminable storm dampens our chapter's colors. Trigon breaches the sand, brace for the beast. We must confront and exterminate this profane tyranny. For the Emperor!
Yeah, this game is dope as hell. Damn.
Obliterate every last odious scourge. Trigon could be anywhere. While the beast aims to pounce upon us.
Yeah. And that's free? Bruh. Nintendo wants to charge you all this money. Jeez. What can you do, right? Alright, so. Here goes that one game that I was telling you guys about. On, the demo that we were doing. So I still got to finish up the demo. And then I'll kind of decide if I want it or not. So far, I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards it, but waiting for a big sale. That's kind of a steep price, considering look at these prices. I need to save where I can. Free to play. Don't know when the date is going to be for that. Still having that high up on my list. Same with this one. No idea. So these two are kind of just a mystery. But now, at least we know what we're looking at for these dates, right? when these are coming out. Not that I'll be getting this on launch. This one I'm for sure going to be getting on launch, so I'll probably put that towards the top. That'd probably be the way I'd have this. Eventually we'll be getting into this, but I need to actually do the DLC first before that. And then this is also something I probably would do before I even get into all of these ones, because my brother and I would be playing that. So I don't know. There's all these different games here, which I'm not going to go over all these. I did the demo for this earlier. I don't know if there's a beta or anything for this. I have this on mysterious different ways. Don't ask me how I have it already, but I do. I may have this set up on here too for PC the proper way, but we'll see. Hey, TheGripGod. Hey, man. Yep, you know it. Subscribe 100%. Yeah, man. I'll send you the other link from my SQUiD Talks show, which that's kind of the more like. I'll kind of talk about it a little bit here since you came up in here. It's that skate project thing that I've been working on, where I'm going to kind of get people's stories and backgrounds and why they skate and what motivates them to skate. I had a buddy, Greg Dwyer. He's a big coach here in Arizona on there. So go check that out. He's on there for the first guest. I'll probably be getting other guests lined up here soon. And then I'm trying to get more equipment and stuff first before I start doing more of that stuff. But yeah, go check that out. I'll send that to you. But I appreciate you for popping on by, GripGod. And appreciate your content, man. Got me cracking up at work and stuff all the time, man. Go check out TheGripGod. He got some hilarious content, man. Even if you're not a skater, you'll be cracking up. It could still you could still relate to it, and he even has other stuff like that. But even gaming too. He has a lot of gaming too. I know he's been playing. I think was a Resident Evil, not Village, not yet. It's on Biohazard. So go check him out on there too, man. But shout out to TheGripGod for coming by. But yeah, that's kind of what's been cooking on my wish list right now. Nothing too crazy. This one again is the highest one that I'd be looking at, and then the rest is kind of like as I beat shit we'll be kind of getting. Nothing too crazy has been popping up to me. We kind of have the stuff that we have, and then we're going to the past to play like literally the past games that I have arranged there. But here's all the recently played games here, if you're just curious. Last 2 weeks, really. PUBG, Path of Exile 2. You got Wilds. I played a little bit of Rivals with my brother, I think like a week ago. Some FragPunk. Play this on the offline every now and again. Was playing, get my ass beat on Elden Ring offline, just trying to figure out where the fuck I was. I'll probably be doing that live, so you guys can just laugh at me just dying. And then some Destiny 2, went back and checked out the newer content for that, and then obviously jumped back into Apex and had to get my ranking going. So I think, I don't know, like I said, we can end up maybe on Platinum or whatever the fifth level is, because it's like Rookie, Bronze, Silver, and then Gold, and then I don't know what's after Gold. I think Platinum or something. I'll have to see. But that'll be the goal for this month, to finish that out and get in a good ranking for Apex for once. So yeah, we have about 400 or 500 hours of that game. Maybe 500 and something with the other time logged on the other systems, but but yeah, that's kind of like a cut down of short and sweet of what we've been recently playing. There's just so many different games and shit. It's crazy, dude. So, but yeah, man, let me just check my notes. I think that's about all we have for tonight. The last other things would be like the things I'll be kind of getting on my birthday time, which would be like those things I mentioned earlier with the Eternal Sonata and the Amberneck SP, which I don't know if I really talked about it on there. So let me just bring those up again real quick. Here we go. Yeah, so this is the best Celsius you can have as well, Dragonberry. Shout out to Celsius. Go check them out. And then you got this case. I'm gonna see if it works with my original one that I have with the Switch 2 games once that time does come, because essentially the Switch 2 games are the same size as the Switch games, so it should fit in this, and I'll send a link and set that up for you guys if you want to check that out. And then this will be the other game I'll be checking out probably around the birthday time, and then this will be the last of their little handheld thing, I guess you could say. Famous last words. Amberneck SP. No other words to say on that, man. Play everything up to, like, basically Super Nintendo or Nintendo's entertainment system all the way up to, like, PS1. So anything in between handheld-wise, you can pretty much play. There's a lot of different things. But that about wraps up all the stuff. So there's, like, a good 17, 18 games if you count Metroid Prime 4, which I still need to beat Dread, and I also need to beat Prime 1. So it's just, there's so many things. And it's a disgusting amount of games. As well as trying to skate, be vegan, live and work, and make my game. As well as get a cybersecurity certificate. It's a lot of different things that I got cooking. So. But yeah, no, that's about it for right now, though. But shout out to TheGripGod for coming on by. Shout out to Lo-Fi Monk. I appreciate you guys for coming on by and for the support that you give me. But let's crunch down the show and get on out of here. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, follow for more. We'll be live here shortly with probably some ranked for like at least maybe an hour or so, maybe 2. On Apex, and yeah, we'll get in there. I'll probably be doing the shooting range live, so you guys can kind of see like my whole practice regimen, maybe practice 2 as well. I needed a lot of practice still with that game, but yeah, I'm gonna break it off at this point, and then wanted to just kind of get caught up with the channel and let everyone know kind of as to what we'll be looking at. Oh yeah, and shout out, I just saw this on my Steam thing, I forgot we added this to the library. Big shout out to Wilson for gifting me he basically gifted me like 5 different Oddworld games. So we'll be kind of jumping into those based on whatever came out first. I think it'd be the Oddworld Apes Odyssey maybe. I'm not too sure what the first one is. But we'll be looking at those Oddworld games. So shout out to Wilson for that, and he's a #1 supporter for that one, man. Like checking my wish list and seeing that I wanted these games. That's pretty dope. So, shout out to him, man. And he hooked it up nicely for that. We'll be getting those set up for sure. But yeah, I'm going to get up on out of here, take a break, and then we'll come back with some Apex. But peace.